Hey everyone, I wanted to do a product regret video today, and these are just basically some products that I purchased more late in the summer, and I purchased them kind of like from July till now, and I didn't have good luck with them, so I thought I would share them because I do enjoy these videos. I like seeing what didn't work as well as what did for people. So let's get started. The first product that I purchased, I'll go from like the earliest till most recent, was a powder foundation, and I believe I purchased this like the beginning of July, and it's by CoverGirl, and it comes with a little compact and this little thingamajigger, but I did not like this powder foundation, and the reason why I didn't like it is I found that it got very cakey, very like chalky looking, and when I first tried it, I thought, I really like this. You know, it had decent coverage, but then the more I used it, the more I did not like it. I just felt like it just, I don't know, it just never like melted into my skin. And I feel like with a powder foundation, you want it to kind of blend in, you want it to melt in, you don't want it to kind of look like it's powdery or it's chalky and sitting on top. And that's what I felt like this did, especially if you applied too much or, if, you know, throughout the day if you retouched it. So this was like a no-go for me. It wasn't that expensive. It's CoverGirl. Woo! It's CoverGirl, so it's not that bad in price, but the product itself is like a no-go for me. So that was my first regret. My next regret was a hairspray, and it's by Redken. It's called Fashion Work 12 Versatile Hairspray. And I like to have a good working spray as well as a finishing spray, just to do when I'm like curling my hair or when I want to, you know, just have something that I can brush through but add like a little bit of texture or protect it. And this in particular did not work for me. It claims to be humidity resistant for 24 hours and 8-hour control. That is just a bunch of crock. This did not do any of that for me, and I think if you have finer hair, this may work, but for me, it did not. It just seemed to make it more frizzy, and I have very heavy, coarse hair, so maybe that was the reason. Maybe it's meant for people who have a little bit finer texture. But for me, it did not work. Now, I usually like Redken hairsprays. I've used their Quick Dry, I've used the Workforce, and they're pretty good. So I don't dislike the whole line, but just that hairspray in particular did not work. The next product was a cleanser, and it's by Garnier Nutritionist Skin Renewal, and it's the Brush Gel Cleanser. Now, this product was just so frustrating to me, and if any of you have ever tried it, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. The packaging. Oh, the packaging. This is the dumbest invention. Like, I mean, it's a good idea, like it's a good concept, because the brush is actually really nice. Like, it's like this little brush head, and the concept is you squeeze your cleanser out, it comes out through the brush, and then you can just exfoliate and wash your face with it. Well, the brush actually is really like neat feeling. Like, it reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal 360 cleanser that comes with the little scrublet. And I like that. I like how it feels. But here's the issue. The product itself is so hard to get out. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm shaking and I'm squeezing and just a teeny bit comes out on the brush. And you know where the rest of it comes out? Through the cap. It all comes down here and it makes this huge mess. So I would find it like leaking out in my cabinet, like on the shelf. I would find it like all over the bottle. So it just wasn't worth it, you know. I tried to use it as much as I can because I hate to throw products away, but I'm almost done, and I think I'm just going to chunk it because it was just so irritating. The cleanser itself is not bad. It's not remarkable, but it's not bad. It's got vitamin B5, vitamin E, green leaf extract in it, and it claims to make your skin smoother after one use. It really does. Like, I can feel like your skin does feel really smooth after you wash your face with it because it's got the vitamin E and all that good stuff. But as far as anything else, like, there's no tightening effect or, I don't know, it didn't clear my skin like a lot. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit more, then this wouldn't be your cleanser. This is just basically softening. But it's not bad. It's not a terrible cleanser. But the packaging is so frustrating. It's not worth your time. So I don't think this product will stay around very long. I think it's just maybe one of those things they're trying out. But if any of you have purchased this, comment below. Tell me your experience. I'd love to hear. And that was a no-go. And then my last one was a foundation. Now, I purchased this more recently. As some of you know from watching my previous videos, I had ran out of my Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, which I do like. And I like to have a drugstore foundation and a department store foundation sometimes for more long wearing. And I'd seen a lot of reviews on this Elmway, however you pronounce it, TLC Truly Lasting 16-Hour Makeup. And I thought, why don't I give it a try? Instead of purchasing a department store foundation, why don't I try this and see if it would work for my long wearing days, like when I need it for work and when I need it to last longer. And then I've actually already repurchased the Rimmel for the weekends and stuff. Well, I purchased it and I was so disappointed. I read so many great reviews on this foundation, and I'm not like taking anything away from them, because I think with foundation, everything is going to work different on everybody. It just depends on your skin. But for me, this foundation felt like glue on my face. It just felt like so tacky, and I could not get it off. Like, it never settled. It sat on top of my skin, and it almost had a tacky feeling. It made my skin feel kind of weird, and it really did not give me that great of coverage. A lot of people claimed, oh, it gives remarkable coverage. One thing that I actually like about my Rimmel foundation is I can actually get away with not wearing concealer sometimes if I use my e.l.f. powder brush to put it on. I get really great coverage. The trouble is, it doesn't last very long. It's not a long-wearing foundation. This, however, I mean, you absolutely had to wear a concealer. Like, it just doesn't give you great coverage at all. And I just didn't like the way it felt on my skin. I felt like it clogged my pores. It just, I hated it. I did not like it. It's a very thick consistency, so I felt like I really couldn't use a brush that well with it. It works best with your hands. And I've just got so used to using that brush that, I don't know, I didn't like it. So for me, it didn't work. It also has a lot of pink undertones in it, I feel like, or my shade did anyway. My shade is in 220 Neutral. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like I do have pink undertones. I'm definitely not a warm skin. Like, I don't have golden or olive in mine typically. But I'm more in the neutral. I have a little bit of both. So I do have a lot of pink, especially in the winter when I get very like fair. You'll see those pink undertones coming out more. But I'm still more in the neutral. Like, I can't go too pink or it just looks funny on me. And I will say this kind of oxidizes a little bit, and you can kind of see it once you get on your face. So be careful with that. This was around $13, so it's a little bit pricey for a drugstore foundation. So if you try it, I would recommend maybe giving it to a friend if you don't like it. Or Target actually has a pretty good return policy on cosmetics. I don't return a lot of cosmetics. I hate to, but for the most part, if you open it, you keep it. But I will say there has been a couple things that have just been so terrible or have been messed up that I've returned, and they're like, oh, no problem, we just mark it as damaged. So if you ever run into that and maybe it's like $14, $15 and you hate it that bad, you can take it back to Target. Usually they're pretty good about it. Otherwise, I would say, give it to someone else. Maybe it will work for them. But those are my 4 regrets for the late summer, and I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to know your regrets. If you have a regret video, post it as a video response or post your regrets in the comments below. I hope you're all having a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.